am the Director of Public Works. Joining me is Assistant Director Shahad Muhammad. Both of us, like many other department heads in the city of Duncanville, we're both new to our roles. I've been with the city for 16 years. I've been director for almost a year now, and Shahad joined us about 6 months ago. So this is an overview of the general fund portion of Public Works. Public Works also sees utilities, which is an enterprise fund, so that is completely different. There's some metrics in here just for information, but know that this is all general fund money that you're looking at. So the FY 24-25 adopted budget, you see the three biggest expenditures in Public Works is the salaries and benefits for the employees, followed by contractual services, which is primarily work that we contract out so that we can get large projects done out of our operational funding. And then supplies and materials, which is simply the various tools and supplies we need and the raw materials we need to get our jobs accomplished. Total approved staffing for Public Works is 73 persons. We have 16 vacancies currently in Public Works. Primarily those vacancies are in the street division. So the various divisions that Shahad and myself oversee, the administration is myself, Shahad, and then our executive. We oversee the utilities division, street maintenance, traffic operations, building maintenance, engineering, equipment services, and then we recently just took on inspections and permits as well as neighborhood services. Some of the budget highlights we have is $1.7 million that we budget, which is for, again, that's operational money that we hire contractors to come out and do large projects, such as recently we did a microsurfacing, which is a surface level treatment of Cedar Ridge. You've probably noticed that job came out of that type of funding. We also, one of our largest expenditures in the utilities fund, which is a separate fund, is the Dallas Water Utilities. That's roughly $4.4 million. As well as the Trinity River Authority for the treatment of our wastewater that's leaving the city, which is $5.5 million. So again, roughly $10 million just to provide drinking water and get that dirty water away from your home safely. Garbage collection and landfill fees to get all of the solid waste picked up from your home, $4.1 million, and that's out of the sanitation fund. So accomplishments recently. Part of the 2018 bond was the reconstruction of Daniel Dale Road. We have completed that in its entirety. It is done. We also had 10 Mile Creek Erosion Project, which is where 10 Mile Creek kind of follows the backside of Swan Ridge. We did several erosion improvements behind that. Renton Oriole Aerial Crossing, which was a waterline crossing that ruptured a few years ago. Took us a lot of design challenges we threw to replace that and reroute that. That actually had some field complications. We came across a gas line that no one knew was there until we found it. So, but we did finish that, and that water line is now as well as our pavement condition assessment, which we're very happy with because that will help guide us with our capital improvement planning in the future. We know which streets really we need to focus on instead of just kind of randomly picking and choosing what we think is in worst condition. This will be a guide for us to really plan that. As I mentioned before, 16 vacancies within the division. We're actively interviewing and hiring multiple positions, so I'm confident we can get those filled very soon, but it's been a painful process to get some of these positions filled for sure. Assistant Director Shahad Muhammad has taken the lead on a lot of these grants. She's done a great job working with engineering firms and various state entities to get us as much work as possible, as little commitment on the city as possible. So I'd like to turn this over and let her walk you through that. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. This is Shahad Muhammad, Assistant Director of Public Works. And I'm going to walk you through different grant opportunities that we are seeking with the Duncanville under Public Works. On top of these, these are mainly things that we have already submitted and applications that we have already submitted. Under TxDOT Transportation Alternative Program, we have recently submitted two different grant applications. One of them is the Duncanville neighborhood and downtown connector, and this application, if get awarded, must be a fully reimbursable application up to 100% covered by TxDOT. And the other grant application that we have submitted under this program is the Safe Routes to School program, and it's the Duncanville Smith Elementary Safe Routes to School, and it's also 100% reimbursable. To give you some information about what is the Texas Alternative, it's basically the transportation alternative. This is a program that the state and the federal government is supporting for alternative transportation solutions. So we're talking about not only vehicles riding, but also walkability, improving sidewalks, crosswalks, improving providing bike facilities, or providing safe biking as well. So different alternative transportation is being supported through this program. And under the Safe Routes to School, it's basically focusing on more connectivity to school, making sure that those students have their safe routes, that students that are walking, students that are biking to school have safe routes and have those transportation elements needed to provide safe routes to school. So the two projects we have worked on, made sure we communicated with the Duncanville ISD and based on their concerns and areas of concerns to select the second one here. And also we have worked on creating some kind of connected project. So we were only going to be selected for one of these two in one round. So if we do not get selected for the second one, that means we have to wait for another round to resubmit an application for that. But we made sure these two projects are connected in terms of their geographical locations, because this program is all about connectivity. The second one here is the TxDOT Highway Safety Improvement program, and under that program also submitted an intersection improvements along Wheatland Road. The whole Wheatland stretch on that program is a match, and a match is a city responsibility to cover a part of the funds. The match for the city, it varies between 17% to 20%, and the TxDOT should be able to cover 80% if we get awarded. And on that one, we should know around May timeframe whether we get selected or not. And it's regarding accidents and intersections improvements on Wheatland and ADA compliance. For the North Central Texas Council of Government, we have also submitted a grant application for work zone data exchange, and this is 100% reimbursable program. Under that program, what it is doing is basically creating some transparency, information, and communication about work zone. So will be able to provide a platform even for public to be able to access and see what work is happening around. What is happening right now, who is working, is it TxDOT, is it the city of Duncanville, what kind of project, and different kind of information that public can access and can see live, and then also can see as the project gets finished and closed based on its location on the map. So the last one here you see Texas Water Development Board, and under that under the program of Texas Development, different programs with the Texas Water Development Board, we have worked on 4 different grant applications. One is the AMI, which is the Advanced Metering Infrastructure, and that program should provide us with an automated water meters that should help us improve, our water meters, where we actually create some savings for the city, improve accuracy of our water meters data. So the second one is lead service line replacements. The third one is water main line replacements. And for these grants, it's supposed to be up to a 70% forgiveness for the city. And we are also working on other two that is still in the working, not completely finally submitted, but they are with the COG, which is one for the Cedar Ridge, and the other one is for the Main and Camp Wisdom. And for those two projects are trying to get selected to be able to get some funds. We can complete the 2018 bond projects that are still not completed due to the budget deficiencies based on most updated cost estimates. And that's all. Thank you.
I've noticed you have on there about county participation. Normally we've had an amount of money or participation, you know, with the county in regard to roads, et cetera, and all. Is that still working with, you don't have to do a grant on that, do you? I mean, just something else that normally we would work directly with the county on, or projects that you were proposing.
So are you talking about Dallas County?
Yes.
Yeah, so Dallas, there are some projects that Dallas County is doing, for example. We're always in coordination with Dallas County for projects that are intersecting with our city in Duncanville. And take it for instance, the Inland Port project that currently Dallas County is doing a study on drainage for the 10 Mile Creek. What we are doing here, we're also working with Dallas County on using some of this data to help with our projects in Duncanville, given that the drainage master plan that we just mentioned, that we are really is depends on the ownership of that. Really is depends on the ownership of that project. If that street is owned by the city of Duncanville, then it is the city of Duncanville's responsibility to maintain, even if it was built by any other entity as a partnership with the city of Duncanville in general. In some cases, rarely there is some kind of agreement that happens between those entities for maintenance afterwards. And it could be just given that maintenance responsibility for the entity, being Dallas County or any other one, TxDOT, or on it. It really depends. But we have all occasionally, a case by case, it's different.
Okay, because I know that committee, you worked on doing the intersection there at Wintergreen and Main Street, et cetera, and all that, and then also one of the bonds that was passed the last time was in regard to Main Street and Camp Wisdom over there, and that didn't work out. What happened with those funds? Are you able to use those somewhere else, or what?
They're still there. They're still available. We haven't spent them yet.
Okay. So they haven't been assigned anything else there? Okay. Thank you.
Are there any other questions for our public works?
Thank you.
Next, we will have our Parks and Recreation Department and Director Bart Stevenson.
Thank you. I'm Bart Stevenson, Director of Parks and Recreation, and thank you for the opportunity to for me to be able to share our budget highlights. We are a service organization, much like all of the other departments. 4% of our expenses go towards personnel. Another 18% goes to maintenance and repair services. And that makes a lot of sense because we have 17 parks, 244 acres. We maintain all of the grounds of our city facilities, as well as our rights-of-way and our entryways. We have 35.5 TEs. That is comprised of 25 full-time positions, and the rest of those full-time equivalents are made up primarily of part-time staff for the Senior Center and Center. We have 9 expense organizations that are categorized by administration, recreation center and community events, senior center, parks and athletic ground maintenance, and then beautification to keep beautiful, which is primarily funded through the Economic Development Fund. Some of our budget highlights, we obviously have a mowing contract to maintain acreages of grass that you see around town. We do not mow a single blade of grass, so it's all contracted out. to the tune of about $650,000. That contract was recently bid out, and we'll be taking a new to the council in the next couple of weeks. We have a senior meal program at the senior center that is funded through a federal grant through the Dallas Area Agency on Aging, and that is provided by VNA, same folks who provide the Meals on Wheels meals. So if you see VNA running around town, the same folks provide our meals for our seniors on a daily basis, Monday through Friday. That program is fully funded and is supported by that grant. And then lastly, we have our community events, the tune of about $100,000. That includes our Daddy-Daughter Dance, our Princess Tea Party, movies in the park, concerts in the park, Boo Bash, and then our Easter egg hunt. Moving to our accomplishments, I think you can all agree that the opening of Kidsville and our new splash pad last April has been a huge success. It's been a home run for our community. We saw a tremendous amount of use last summer. We're excited for summer number 2 coming up. I'll share with you that we plan to have had it fully opened 7 days a week, starting the first week of May. We will start operating it, actually getting it ready in April. And our hopes are that we have a few nice weekends in April. We might be able to open it on the weekends only, late in April. But early May, we are opening officially for full-time use. We just recently completed 2 master plans, Dog Park and our Ladd Nature Preserve. We're very excited about both these projects. It's now set, our planning is now set to move forward with hopefully development of these 2 projects in the near future. We have new video scoreboards at Harrington Park. That is at no cost to the city. That is working with a partner company who provides the scores for us. They sell advertising that they play between innings, before games, and they also offer free, well, not free, but it is free for us, yeah, advertising for our events as well through those schools. And then we've also recently replaced the cardio equipment at the Recreation Center. It was about 7 years old. We were seeing a lot of downtime through those pieces of equipment. We found monies in this year's budget to make that happen. Looking forward for opportunities, you may have noticed brackets hanging from the decorative light poles downtown. In a few weeks, those will also include hanging baskets, flower baskets. Petunias, I believe, will be the first plants planted this coming up in spring. We have a Hometown Hero banner program that we've initiated, and we're very excited about them to recognize the many wonderful veterans in our community through this banner program. And you can do that. See my Legacy online donation and volunteer platform that was recently unleashed as well. And we're excited about this. This is an opportunity for us to be able to get donations for a lot of our replacements, for tables, benches, and also we can provide donations for trees as well. We're looking to upgrade our recreation software so that you'll be able to sign up for things online. Novel idea, right? It's now 2025, and we're just not getting there, so we're excited about that. It'll also be integrated with our finance software, which our current program does not do. We're going to park signage throughout our system, and then also through the fiscal year 26 budget process, we're looking to initiate the update of the 2017 Park Master Plan, and also including a trail master plan, which will be new to Duncanville, locations of where we can strategically place trails to connect our neighborhoods, our parks, our schools, and our business centers. So with that, let's answer any questions about that.
What's going on at Harrington Park? You got Harrington Park construction. Are you talking about the restroom center and all, or?
Yes, sir. Harrington Park construction includes, it's a 2018 bond project to replace the concession restroom building at DVBI baseball fields as well as the soccer fields. We're also including a trail and bridge that will link Harrington Park to Waterview Park.
So that's been figured out how y'all are going to do that?
Yes, it has, and the construction has started.
Good.
Thank you. If no other questions, we're going to quickly transition to our Economic Development Department. And our Economic Development Director, Mr. Victor Rivera.
Good evening. So you heard from quite a few departments that their largest piece of the pie consists of salary and benefits. And unlike other departments, the Economic Development Department is unique in that 48% of our department is slated for or used for grants for business attraction, business retention purposes, and only 13% of our budget is for salary and benefits. The Economic Development Department consists of 7 full-time staff members and a part-time staff member that is an intern. We currently have 2 assistant directors that are vacant that we're looking to fill here soon. And we have a internship position that we're looking to fill here soon. The Economic Development Department consists of three divisions. It's the Economic Development Division, the Hotel Motel, which is in essence the city's special planner, and planning and zoning. The Economic Development staff serves as a staff liaison, 7 boards and commissions that the department serves as the staff liaison. We have the Duncanville Community and Economic Development Corporation, the Planning and Zoning Commission, the Zoning Board of Adjustments, the Tax Increment Finance, or the TIF Board, the Multicultural Commission, the Design Committee, and the Comprehensive Plan Steering Committee. Some budget highlights. We are in task with managing approximately $2 million of hotel occupancy, tax, and approximately $2 million of DCEC grants, and these are the grants that we use for business attraction, business retention. There's several categories. There's signage, landscaping, infrastructure, and facade. And the last one is sponsorships. Some of the department accomplishments. There was a recent approval of a $300,000 grant for a proposed restaurant, Encino restaurant, coming to our downtown on Main Street. The estimated value of the property after the completion of the improvements is $1.2 million. This includes property acquisition. Just a few weeks ago, we have the approval of the purchase sale agreement for the Toyota property. Phase 1 will consist of construction of a Residence Inn hotel, which is a part of a Marriott brand. The estimated hotel occupancy tax revenue is estimated at $280,000 per year. This is based on a sales volume of $4 million. And the estimated annual property tax revenue is estimated at $356,000. And this is at a fully assessed value of $20 million. The other one, we have the sale of 727 South Cockrell Hill Road. This is the land that being sold for the HTO project, and the price is $375,000. And then here recently we sold a vacant lot on the north end of town for Belmont Place for the price of $35,000. As far as opportunities are concerned, shortly after the adoption of the comprehensive plan, there is an opportunity for us to rewrite several of the land use regulations to encourage and promote and be in line with the visions that are set out in the comprehensive plan that will facilitate construction and reinvestment in the community, but will also address nonconformities within the community of lots and lessen the number of public hearings and public hearing meetings for our property owners. And hopefully we will have a zoning ordinance that will be easy to use, easy to read, and again, encourage development, encourage investments, make the process very clear, very transparent of what we're looking to do, where we're looking to do, and just reduce the approval timeline for various projects. Another opportunity is the creation of new marketing material for the city. Give the material that we currently have a fresh new look. And there's also an opportunity to create a sub-area plan for the TIF district because we're going to be seeing quite a bit of investment in this area. We want to make sure that we're being strategic about the capital improvement projects in this corridor to make sure that we're getting a return on investments. And lastly, the creation of additional communities to encourage our residents to participate in our events, but also an opportunity to bring individuals from outside of the community to come in, enjoy our events, but also support our local businesses. That's all.
Any questions for Director Guerrero? Okay, we'll turn it back over to Ms. Odom.
All right, thank you for bearing with us. I thought it was important that you can hear directly from the departments and all the things, wonderful things that they have going on and things that they plan in the upcoming year. So this is the part where we want to ask you in the audience and anyone's still with us on the live feed or live streaming to participate in a polling exercise here, if you will. So if you don't have your phones, you can use the QR code to scan to it, or you can go directly to the website of minty.com and enter this code right here, and that'll take you right to our polling exercise, okay? Give me a thumbs up in the air when you're all there, and let me know. We good? All right, so these questions are going to be some open-ended questions, but you've heard a lot from the departments, and if you've been around listening to our budgets in the past, hopefully you have a good idea of what's in our budgets, but I want to hear from you, the citizen. So what is missing from our budget? What is there not funded or underfunded that you would like to see in our operational budget? Anything that may come to mind that maybe the city is not doing that you as a citizen would like to see us do or program to fund? And we have staff in here too, so if you see pay raises, it's most likely from the staff, but we did this exercise with staff yesterday too, so I already know what it is that they want. Just give it one more beat. Thank you. All right, we'll move on to the next question. The next question, again, an open-ended question. So what would you take out or reduce currently in the budget? We've had a lot of talk about, wanting to reduce tax, for example. What would you offer to take out of the budget in order to make that happen, for example? Can you start singing the Jeopardy theme song or something? Okay, that's okay. You have plenty of other time to, offer us feedback if you don't, nothing comes to mind currently. So I'm just going to go ahead and go to the next. No cuts. Oh, thank you. Okay. Want to move? Nothing. Okay. What? All right. I'm going to go to the next question. So, what is most important to you? What is your number one priority? What are the things you want to keep, make sure that stays in the budget? So to keep something that's already in the budget. thank you for that. I'm gonna go ahead and move on, and I know we're running short on time here. I wanted to get to the CIP portion of the night, and keep the website up, because we'll do another quick poll at the CIP. So if you've been around, we've had a variety of meetings recently over the last couple of years when it comes to CIP and developing that 15-year CIP plan. So it started back in November of 23 when we had a council retreat where we slapped some things on the wall that says, okay, what is your priorities in year one? What is your priorities in year two? And so on and so forth. So we took that list and we had a workshop in April 24 with council, and we're able to filter that, narrow that down, coming up with kind of more, what are short-term projects, what are medium projects, what are long-term projects. We had another workshop in October 24 doing the same thing. And then lastly, just recently in February, we had a workshop, again, doing the same thing, talking about what we've been able to accomplish and solidify what a 5 to 15-year plan would look like. So based on that presentation, this is, and the feedback we got from those workshops, this is generally what the short-term projects look like in terms of priority. So for the next 2 years, these are the short-term things we'd like to be able to knock out. So doing that center renovation, field house, HVAC replacement, and kitchen rates. I'd like to say that that's already in motion. Fire Station 2 renovations, City Hall, Police Department generator, that's already been done. Harrington Park bond project, phases 1 and 3, which Mr. Stevenson talked about with the concession stand replacement, as well as the bridge to Waterview Park, that is already in motion. A police building, automated metering infrastructure, as we've talked about, that we're going through, getting a loan to be able to implement, to do that. And then water, wastewater master plan, which is already in the budget to do. So we've been able to knock off quite a few things from the short-term list and be able to keep up with this timeline. The medium-term projects, so within the next 3 to 5 years, so a third fire station, Harrington Phase 2, which is the Phase 2 of the bond project, that would be repaving the parking lot at Harrington Park, as well as building another, the word is not coming to me, but the pavilion, thank you. Recreation center renovation, so we can put bathrooms and showers, over there, and expand the fitness center. And then City Hall renovations. We recently did facility assessments, and so we've gotten a lot of feedback and recommendations from that study of what renovations need to happen. So long-term projects, 2040, so City Hall expansion possibly, renovating 103 Suite in the old library building, a new library, and then senior center renovation. So those are the things that we're prioritized as the long-term. Additionally, since the October meeting, this was first discussed at the February 11th meeting, some other things that have come to that list. So we have the master plan for the Lab Nature Preserve that comes to about $9 million fully implemented. A dog park would cost about $2 million. Some other things, smart city traffic control solutions, which would allow technology to be able to monitor traffic in real time. Also, city streetlights. Current our streetlights are actually operated by Encore, so this would be to purchase all those city lights so we can renovate them, LED conversions, and ultimately save money on our utility. That would cost $1 million. We talked about the matrix study with police and fire, being able to implement those recommendations, which also would include hiring more police and hiring more fire. Drain master plans, park master plans, all those master plans. So those are the things that they discussed at that meeting. So it definitely is quite a lot. Going back to the Menti.com instructions, hopefully you're still on it. So I'm going to ask some of the same questions that we asked at that workshop, so this will be kind of redundant for those that were there, but anybody new that hadn't get a chance to chime in on this, want to be able to do the same. So this was a question that was asked at that meeting. So if we do a bond in 2020, for those who don't know what a bond is essentially a form of financing to be able to fund these things, which would call for an election. We'd have to put it on the ballot in November for the citizens to vote whether it affects your tax rate or goes up towards the debt portion of your tax rate. So if we do a bond in 2025, what would you like to see in it? So these were the 7 things listed: police building, service center, fire station, the third fire station, parks improvement. This is a ranking exercise. As you can see, you just need to drag it and what your first, second, third, fourth, all the way down to 7th priorities would be in terms of what you would want to put in a bond election. And just so you know, at the meeting on February 11th, the first and second place for those attending that workshop, it was Police Building and Service Center, were number 1 and number 2. Great. Moving on to the next question. It's another ranking question. So rank your priorities. So we talked about the list of those additional items. In addition to the short-term, long-term projects I mentioned, what would be your priority of these particular projects? So drainage improvements, city street, sidewalk improvements, alley improvements, trails. Some of it, it's asking permission, but if you could rank those, what are your priorities of those projects? Thank you, and I do believe from the workshop, drainage improvements was at the top as well. Going to the next question. So at the February 11th CIP meeting, another ranking question, there was open-ended questions that was asked at that. So what is your number 1 priority? So I pretty much took the open-ended responses, and there was a lot of repeated responses, but when you give the opportunity to be able to rank those priority responses, what your priorities are. They're all, very important, so that would be very hard to rank. But so we have streets and transportation, arts district development, service center, automated metering, drainage master plan, economic growth, multimodal transportation, trails and bike lanes, mixed use development. Those are the common themes. All right, I'm going to go to the next question. So last ranking question. So again, it was another open-ended question that was asked. What initiatives do you believe will have the greatest impact on the community for the next 15 years? So and all of these are definitely very important. How would you? All right, I'll move on to the last question. The last question is actually open-ended. Just wanted to make, no, I'm sorry, one more. Ranking. Again, this was an open-ended question. So from an economic development strategy standpoint, what initiatives do you feel should be prioritized? So again, these were the themes from that, those responses. So building up pickleball, arts and cultural district, downtown revitalization, downtown improvement district, water streets infrastructure, business retention, redevelopment and amortization, clearing property and rebuilding. So what would be your ranking. Thank you. And one last, this is the last one, I promise. So this is an open-ended question. What other initiatives or projects would you like to suggest that has not already been mentioned? Is there something that we're not thinking of, or something you'd like to recommend again that you have not heard? So I'm going to leave this up as we wrap up. So if anybody else has any other ideas they want to quickly jot in, I'll just leave this as it is here. I just want to thank you for your time and attention tonight. I know it's late, there's so many other things that may be demanding of your attention, but appreciate you coming out and listening. There's a lot of work and a lot of effort that goes into building a budget. It's certainly not an easy process. And so we have other staff members here that are did not present tonight, but if you want to ask them anything, they are here. We have a representative from the library. We have the manager from the field house is here. So if there's anybody else that you feel like you need to talk to that you didn't hear from tonight, they are here. But again, thank you so much for your attention and have a great night.